Why is it important that we support our trans brothers and sisters, our trans community, our LGBTQ community in these crazy times that we're in right now where they're getting, potentially labeled as terrorists, um, which is crazy. Why is it important? Because, they're going to start with trans people, trans women, trans men, and they're going to move on to, and they already have, they're going to move on to immigrants, people with disabilities, people with autism, women. It's not going to stop with trans women. The rest of the LGBTQ community is not going to just stop with trans women or trans men. They're coming for everybody eventually, just except for their billionaire friends, white billionaire men friends. They're the only ones that are safe, really. So I wish we would all just have more compassion for each other and not wait until it affects us personally before, doing something about it and having compassion about it. Clearly trans women are not the threat here. I don't know a single trans woman who was ever violent. If there are any, I'm sure, in every group there's going to be violent people, but I'm sure it's super rare and not any more than any other group. So I don't see why people don't just believe us when we talk and prefer to believe the rich males who tell them that we're a threat. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Where has the compassion gone? Where's the unity gone? I don't live in the United States, so I'm a little bit more protected, but I want to recognize this for all the people in the US, especially the trans people in the US who are going through this right now, and the women and the immigrants and, just everybody. It's awful. And I don't understand why people aren't just uniting and being more united against this group of rich men who are, doing this to just keep power and get more power. It really boggles my mind. It's supposed to be the United States of America, but everyone is so divided. If you would just unite and have compassion for each other, you can fight back against this crazy, crazy government. And, I know it's hard to speak out against it there, and they're making it hard to speak out against it there because they're making people fear speaking out against it. The people are losing their jobs for speaking out. But, if we're united, and if you are united, you have more strength than that. They want you to be divided, but when you're united, you have a lot of strength. You could even do things like walk out of work. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, when you're united, they have to listen to you. Look what happened with Jimmy Kimmel coming back to the show because people united to, boycott Disney, stop their Disney subscriptions. When people united like that, then a change happened and something was done about it. But, if we're divided, things are not going to change.